who is your Super Bowl? What's your Super Bowl prediction? Have you made one on First Take yet? Because I have not seen that.
I think the Bills are coming out of the AFC.
Okay.
I think this is their time. This is their year. When you consider Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen in that tandem, I think the acquisition of Von Miller helps buffer their defense to some degree. This kid Levi Wallace is no longer there. I think that might be a loss, but at the end of the day, I still think they have enough. And I think they've been knocking on the door the last couple of years. And I think that Josh Allen has a chance to win MVP, even though I think Justin Herbert probably will win it. That's just where I'm leaning towards with it. But I think Buffalo as a team is a team to beat out of the AFC. And it wouldn't surprise me at all if Tom Brady found a way to get the Tampa Bay Buccaneers back to the Super Bowl this year. I think the familiarity of the weapons available to him, Mike Evans, with Leonard Fournette out of the backfield. The offensive line is a question mark. I get that. But I think that Julio Jones is going to be a plus as another wideout. I think people counting him out, they're forgetting that he had Ryan Tannehill throwing him the football. That might contaminate a lot of people. So I think that Julio Jones is going to be better. I think Mike Evans is going to be who he is. I think Chris Godwin eventually is going to return, and he's going to be healthy enough. And I think that Cameron Brate is going to offset the loss of Rob Gronkowski to some degree. And I think the combination of those things, along with the defense expected to be better now that they're not going to be disabled by injuries. Look at the rest of the NFC. I brought up Dallas and Philly already. Aaron Rodgers doesn't have the receivers necessary. Minnesota's got Kirk Cousins. We ain't going to be sold on them. In the South, you got New Orleans. Jameis Winston has a lot to prove. And in the West, you got Trey Lance as a quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers, unless porn star Jimmy Garoppolo comes in and he returns to action. And Russell Wilson is going from Seattle, and Kyler Murray's got clauses in his contract asking him to be in the film room at least 4 hours a week. So I think all of those things taken into consideration bodes very, very well for Tom Brady.
Well, wouldn't you think if the Rams were named the Patriots, we'd be all over the Rams with Bobby Wagner and Allen Robinson and improving their team?
I agree with that, but I think the loss of Von Miller hurts them. I think OBJ and Robert Woods being out hurts them. Even though I think Allen Robinson, I think that this is a guy that can be a stud again. We can't hold against them that Matt Nagy and Ryan Pierce was running the Chicago Bears. He still found a way to perform up until last year. I think that Allen Robinson is a big plus, and I don't mind anybody that puts the Rams as the favorites. But I think now that you got the ring and you're the Super Bowl champions, although some would say that takes the pressure off of you, I still think that enables Tom Brady and the crew to keep coming. Right now, I would give Tampa Bay the edge. I get to start the season. Yeah. You go with the Rams, but Matthew Stafford's elbow situation is questionable, and that's what has me suspect on them too.
All right, and so the last follow-up on what you just said, Stephen A. Smith, is Herbert winning the MVP or having a chance to do it. So you take the Chargers in that deep end of the NFL pool out west in the AFC? You like the Chargers to win that division?
I'm picking them to win the West. I think that as much of a stud as Patrick Mahomes is and Travis Kelce are, I think that Tyreek Hill is a tremendous loss. I don't think you just offset that. We got to make sure that Juju Smith-Schuster ain't on TikTok. We got to make sure of that. We look at McCole Hardman. Let's see what he does. In the case of the Denver Broncos, you got Cortland Sutton and Jerry Jeudy and those guys. But especially Jeudy, he's got something to prove. Russell Wilson being there is an upgrade. They've got a quarterback now for the first time since Peyton Manning left. But I still think that when you look at the West, of course, we can't ignore the Raiders with Josh McDaniels, Derek Carr, Devontae Adams. But I got to see it to believe it, because it ain't Aaron Rodgers throwing Devontae Adams the football now. It's Derek Carr. And there's still some questions with the Raiders, particularly on the offensive line. I take all of those things into consideration. I look at what the Chargers have done to improve themselves on both sides of the football with the stud that is Justin Herbert, who just finished throwing for 5,000 yards, with two, not one, but two $20 million a year receivers in Williams and Allen. I'm just of the mindset that this is the Chargers' year to win that division and to make a deep run into the playoffs, and that's just where I'm at with it.